Yo, what is going on, guys? So it's not every single day that I get to, get my clients here and review their testimonials and how their experience has been working with us. So today I have a really good moment and client testimonial that I want to share with you guys coming from our client, Ernie. He's based out in Michigan. This is a really interesting client. I remember when he first reached out to me, I was surprised to have reached someone from Michigan using social media. A really mind-blowing, experience for me to realize that social media can really help you reach people in completely different states. I always knew the world was really big, but never knew that I was be able to tap it and access, opportunity. So this is a really unique experience meeting Ernie all the way from Michigan. He's had a great experience and been able to make a lot of profits here working with us. So I want to go ahead and share with you guys his testimonial. He should be joining up here shortly. And then once he joins, we're going to go ahead and ask him some of the basic questions of, how he heard about us, what his experience was like with us, what he learned, how was I resourceful in his, journey, and working with him one on one. He's going to go ahead and share with you guys a lot of those insights. So, anyone that's maybe on the silence or a little bit undecided on taking the next step here working with us has a little bit more reassurance and, hopefully can take the first step. And here at SoCal Trading Group, we'd love to help you. So let's go ahead and wait for Ernie to join up here and we'll go ahead and get started. Let me go ahead and fix my headphones real quick.
Hell yeah. What's good, bro?
Good to see you, man. Long time no see, bro.
Yeah, I know. How do you fucking do that, the background?
Like that blurring shit.
Yeah.
You could go ahead and I want to say, bro, it's gonna be maybe in the video, maybe video settings. It's a little camera on the bottom left. It's gonna be
Yeah.
your audio and your video. Click the video, that arrow. And then you're going to go ahead and click video and effects. And then you're going to click over to virtual background or appearance. And then it would be able to show virtual black backgrounds have a blur effect. So that should help you.
Okay. Um,
That camera, bottom left, little arrow on it. Go over to video settings and then virtual backgrounds. You can show them in San Francisco, on the grass, on the moon.
okay, I see it. Yep.
They'll just blur out your background.
Okay. Cool. Oh, fuck
Nice.
yeah.
Perfect,
All right,
bro. It's
sweet.
amazing, huh?
Yeah.
Cool little setup. That's cool, Ernie. So, bro, one thing first, like, man, you've been killing it, bro. Congrats, bro. Every looks like some wheels are turning there. It clicked for you, bro.
Dude, yeah, bro, next month, bro, I'm probably gonna throw in at least like 10, 20K and try to go big on this shit. So, yeah.
Yeah, one thing I want to just advise you, bro. It's like it's good to collect these small wins, bro. Like they're not small. Obviously, you're making thousands of dollars, but at the same time, like manage your risk, bro.
Oh,
Because
yeah, yeah.
that
Yeah. No,
was
no.
my big like mistake. I was compounding wins, bro. I had turned what $50 to 17 grand, and then from there I just started taking it from granted, and I started risking more to just jump out the gulag, bro. Go from those 10K to 20, 30, 40, 50, 60K. And, going sizing up like that was for sure probably one of my biggest mistakes that, I wouldn't want you to repeat, but just be cautious of it.
Yeah, yeah. No, 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 definitely.
And that's the one thing about going with big capital. Like I honestly, I would advise you, right? You take that 10 grand and put it into some shares. If you happen to have it on the side, put maybe like 7 grand. At least you diversified 70% of that money into shares for the long term. You got a lot of companies that are on sale right now. You got Spotify, you got Oracle, you got United Healthcare, you got Eli Lilly, you got Costco. There's a lot of companies that have a good upside for them in the next 3 to 5 years that you could put that money to work for you and still have it allocated and growing for you as capital. God forbid you ever need to sell those shares and use that money now to trade options to get back on your feet. And now the other 3,000, I mean, that wouldn't do you harm on top of what you're currently profiting for the, last couple of weeks. You add the 3K on top of what you profited. Now you're playing with a decent amount of capital. But sizing yourself, bro, anywhere from 1,000 to 2,000 per trade should be pretty solid. Like I would
Oh,
recommend
yeah.
you would stay there for a while
Yeah.
before you start injecting, $4,000 or 5,000 plays because it's very like it's very it's a big jump mentally, bro. Like when you're
Oh, fuck
throwing,
yeah.
when
Oh,
you're
yeah.
throwing like, two, three, four, 5,000, like it's a
Yeah.
different, rush, a different emotional battle than just throwing 300, 400 at it.
Oh, yeah.
That game changes, bro. But I really wanted to gather your experience so far, bro. Like, how's it been with the
Bro,
group?
honestly,
How's
dude,
everything been?
dude, it's been awesome, dude. I mean, the group chat, that shit's fucking, that's one thing that honestly like does help, it gets you
Hmm.
motivated, gets you, wanting to actually, be part of a little group and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um, I feel like, everybody also, gives their insights too on the group chat. And
Hmm.
that's awesome. I mean, I learned, you kind of gave me like the knowledge to kind of, get the wheels turning on this.
Yeah.
I've always had a real good, like, I feel like demeanor, going towards as far as wanting to do this. So,
Hmm.
I followed Devin. Um,
Devon.
oh, Devon, yeah, I followed
Yeah.
Devon, and I don't even know him personally. A buddy of mine knows him, and I just seen, people are winning and shit. Winning is nice. So, trying to trying to hop on that fucking wagon, dude.
Yeah, that's good, bro. No, and that's crazy, bro. You flew all the way from Michigan to take that step. That was absolutely mind blowing, bro.
Yeah. Well, I mean, shit, dude, you got to do shit like that, to make shit happen, so,
Hmm.
but
Yeah.
I'm pretty fortunate where I'm at right now. I have some capital put aside. I was already planning to kind of jump on this, pretty big, but I wanted to, lose a little bit, make a little bit, and then see, what it was about. But I'm
Yeah.
pretty comfortable now. I feel a little bit comfortable with, the knowledge that I got as far as, making sure, what stocks, you said, 3 to 5 stocks, so that's
Hmm.
what I've kind of been focusing on. But
Yeah.
mainly just the S&P. The S&P is what I've been really making my money on, that
Yeah.
right there. Today, dude, that thing was crazy, bro.
Crazy move. Yeah, bro.
Dude,
I
like
seen that.
within the first 5 minutes, man, like I literally, I was like, I'm out. Like after that, dude, I'm good.
And
Dude.
that's good that you caught it, bro, because it was a haywire after all of that, bro. Like literally
Oh
after
yeah,
those puts, it was just a bounce party, bro, of support and resistance for the whole day.
yeah.
It
No, I
was
seen
crazy.
that. No, I seen that. I hopped back on like around like 3, and I was like, holy shit, what happened? Like, dude, today was crazy.
Yeah, bro. Show's
No,
insane.
but
But
I,
I'm
but
really
I,
glad you've been coming out on top.
no, dude, but I honestly though, you did teach me a lot, dude. You did teach me like what I needed to know, to get started, and I'm shit. I'm happy with my results.
Yeah, 100%.
Not every day's a win. I won that. I got 8K, and then the next day I went big, right? And
Yeah.
and then I lost 6. So it was like, all right, well, fuck it. All right, I'm gonna hold myself real quick.
Yeah.
So, but from those losses though, you're learning a lot too as well.
Yeah.
As far as like what news is actually being fed to us, and what we're
Hmm.
taking in. Um, but yeah, I mean the AI is honestly like, it's not a it's no better time to get in right now, because it's
Yeah.
bubble, so
Yeah.
there's certain stocks that you can actually make money with.
Hmm.
I seen that you made money with Tesla and all that stuff,
Yeah.
and I want that's what I'm trying to touch. I'm trying to touch
Yeah.
those little
Yeah.
six figures.
Yeah, bro. It comes with compounding, bro. I always tell people that trade was 27 grand, and it did 300%. So it's about building up that capital and even, being comfortable with putting up that much capital. Putting
Yeah.
down 27 grand, it's like understanding what you're risking in terms of your portfolio value. Like, is that 100% of it? Is that going to be 50% of it? For me at the case, that was like at the time, maybe like 60% of it. It wasn't the full 100, but it was a significant amount to risk. But like I said, when we first met, making these decisions backed on research and evidence is going to be way more in your favor compared to just, oh, it's going red, it's selling, 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 and, trying to follow the FOMO. It's
Yeah.
better to collect this like a little bit of research. It really doesn't take anyone much more than 15 minutes to get an idea what a company is looking to release or how it's performing and then make a pretty decent decision from there on out on whether
Oh
if it's
yeah.
calls or puts.
Oh yeah, no, no. I did the FOMO. I lost like 2000, but this was like early. This was
Yeah.
early on, but it was the poet,
Hmm.
the poet stock.
Yeah.
Something came out on Reddit, and I was like, as soon as I jumped on it, I was like, all right, fuck it, just let's do 2000 on this motherfucker. Dude, I lost that 2000, and
Yeah.
just and I did what is it like when you do like a long trade?
Just yeah, just go long, like swing
Yeah.
trade.
Yeah, swing trade. There you go. I had done it for I think it was like about like a month and a half out.
That's good.
So, just but it was a month and a half of
Just
losing,
torture.
just losing,
Yeah.
so that was a good one to learn too. I definitely learned on that one, not just you know,
Really learning, like I want you to kind of share with people, right? How did those losses independently shape you? Because I know that poet call didn't come from me. Once you start
oh no.
exploring, yeah, no, 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 yeah, it's good. Once you start exploring taking your own trades, like how does it feel to like lose, and then what does it take to get you like back in that mind space to even go and try it again? Because I wanted to remind you, bro, a lot of people take that same opportunity, lose, and they'll stop. They'll say this
Oh
isn't for
yeah.
me, and they won't
Oh, I
continue.
was
So like.
dude, I
What was
was
different
going
for
to.
you?
Oh, I was going to. I was like when I lost that six, I made the eight and then I lost six and I was like, all right, am I gonna get out of this or am I gonna just, am I gonna dive head first?
Yeah,
So and that's what I always do. If I fall back down, I'm fucking going head first,
good job.
so that's just me. I'm not really scared. I know I'm a hustler and I know I'm bounce back, but definitely taking the losses really it put me in a position to actually look at what stocks I'm looking at. I
Hmm.
wasn't gambling at that point. You know,
Yeah,
uh, I feel like at first, it was more of a, oh, let's hop on this bandwagon and it's gonna go, but that's not always the case.
yeah,
Uh,
100%
and
not the
you
case.
you definitely learn, you definitely learn when you lose something. And
Always.
I definitely learned my lesson. And yeah, it's more, doing the due diligence of actually, doing the research yourself, on the stock, on the owner or the owners, what they're doing, who they're talking to, like Tesla,
Partnerships, yeah.
all that stuff,
Sales reports, everything.
Oh yeah. And learning all of that stuff, and just doing that day to day, doing
Yeah.
it every single day,
Hmm.
not letting, one, loss, mess up everything. At
100%.
first, I definitely taken losses, I could for sure, see like my mood swing, I'd have a rough day and and it's like I signed up for this though,
Yeah,
So at the end of the day, you can't win them all, but
yeah,
you got to have more wins than losses. So,
exactly. And I think
uh,
you can confidently say that by now your wins have probably outweighed your losses for sure.
oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
Thanks,
And
bro.
I've been waiting. I've always had a interest in stocks and all that stuff. I just
Yeah.
never, I never pulled the trigger on it.
Hmm.
And I'm glad I met you, bro. Like honestly, like
Hmm.
it was super random. I know it was random as hell for you too,
Oh
dude. But
yeah, bro.
you
Getting the
know,
text, hey, I'm from Michigan. I'm like, there's no way. It's crazy.
yeah, yeah, no, but yeah, dude. I mean, shit, you got to do. That's how it works. Is you go
Yeah.
above and beyond. And if I'm gonna go above and beyond too as well, flying out this and that, like do one or two losses that shouldn't stop me. It's
Yeah.
I went all the way, to Cali. I had flight, rental, hotel, food,
Hmm.
time off of work. So, all of that stuff, it all adds up, but at the end of
Yeah.
the day, it was something that I knew I was going to dive in, head first,
Yeah.
and yeah, I
Ernie,
can
what
say,
I would say, bro, like anyone on the sidelines, bro, that really hasn't been able to make that decision for themselves, what would you give them as a piece of advice, that for sure helped you, one, take the first step, and two, be in the position you are today?
don't be scared and don't don't second guess yourself, like, if you really do come to the conclusion of, hey, this this is working for this person, well, it can also work for you. It's not
Mhm.
that this person, is, any better. They just put in a little bit more effort. That's
Mm-hmm.
all it is, and
Yeah,
all I can say is, if you put in the work, you'll get the results.
100% Ernie. That's good, bro. Because yeah, a lot of people don't realize that like it's more than just, looking at red and green candles. It's a little bit more of like you doing your own due diligence as well.
Yeah.
And that's really good, bro, that you stepped up and took that responsibility, bro. And I really wanted to go over, now concluding the testimonial there, I wanted to go over essentially how it is you're looking at the charts. You're doing great, but I just want to see your perspective and I can just share with you what it is my 2 cents of it. That sound cool with you?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, for sure. Let me go ahead and end this little recording here. It's gonna show you.